Sam Bankman-Fried, the fraud and Democrat mega donor, has been extradited from the Bahamas to the United States, and now a New York judge has ruled that he can post a $250 million bond and live in his parents' California home, where his strict vegan dietary requirements can be met while he awaits trial. Joining me now is the real deal, folks. The real Wolf of Wall Street, former stockbroker Jordan Belfort. Jordan, good to have you back on the show. So the layers, the onion keep on. So today we learned Sam can go home. He can post bond, go home for $250 million, which he probably won't run. They'll put a cuff on him and take his passport. But the Wang and Caroline Ellison just cop pleas. This is putting the ring around Sam's neck, isn't it?
Yeah, this guy's done. I mean, it's playing out exactly how I thought it would play out, which is, they're cooperating. She, the girlfriend, the ex-girlfriend, God, I think it was polyamorous, though, right? They were all kind of each other, so to speak, right? But they have cop pleas, which means they're giving a roadmap to the U.S. attorney right now, the FBI. This guy has got no shot. He has no defense. He's going to plead guilty at some point and cop a plea. He's not going to go to trial. There's no way he's going to go to trial, and he's going to get sentenced. My guess is somewhere north of 50 years in jail, maybe even more.
Yeah, so some of the things he did, look, you can make fun of his office antics. You can even say it wasn't right doing, but when you start commingling customer funds, you said that's just outright breaking the law. That's fraud. It's actually worse than fraud. So it's a mistrust. Right. Go ahead.
So this is a really sort of open and shut case, like Bernie Madoff. They were just stealing people's money, right? And there's no defense for this. So he basically had a secret back door. So people were depositing money into FTX, right? Thinking they were putting their money into a brokerage firm, and the money was being segregated into each person's account. And he had a back door and taking the money out into Alameda, which was his trading arm. And as you said before, the commercial break, they're like the worst traders on the planet. They're losing billions of dollars, and it's being propped up. The bet's being propped up by customer funds. And you're wondering, how do you lose a couple of $1 billion? It's actually really easy because they're trading with leverage. And that's the disasters. Yeah. They're leveraging out their money, and it's very easy to lose massive sums of money. And she's obviously, with her amphetamine, love of amphetamines, it sort of exacerbates the problem even more so.
Amazing, and this is a part of the story that keeps blowing me away, and it doesn't seem to get up. Probably you and I appreciate this because we know how hard it really is to be a successful trader. I mean, you have to be good, you have to be smart, you have to know when to cut a loss. But she's at the time, a 25-year-old kid. She's out of college. Maybe she spent a little bit of time at a bank, and then he hands her $2 billion to trade, and she blows through it, and she's doing amphetamines while she's doing it. She can't figure out. I mean. Jordan, I just who the hell gives this person that kind of money?
I'll say two things. Number one, the thing about amphetamines and cocaine is that you think you're sharper when you're on them, but you're actually not nearly as sharp. But you really think you're brilliant. So in her own mind, she thinks she's got this collective brilliance around her by being high on amphetamines. That's number one. Number two, what I think what really happened here is in the very early days of crypto, of FTX, there was a trade called the kimchi trade. It was based on a difference in price in Korea and the rest of the world for Bitcoin, an arbitrage, so to speak, right? And it was very easy. Anybody who knew the first thing about trading could make a substantial amount of money with this trade. Then the professionals found out, the real professionals, and they got in, and something that spread, the way they make money starts to collapse. And now she has to be a real trader. So she had this sort of false sense of security from when anyone could make money in crypto trading to when you had to be a real pro to make money. And she got absolutely, positively slaughtered on leverage, fueled by methamphetamine. That's the story.
Yeah. Very quickly, about half a minute or so, Jordan. And I've seen so many people. I spent 15 years in the street. I saw people being carried out, brilliant people being carried out because they just couldn't accept the loss, right? It's going to come back. I got to add to it. It's going to come back. Sam must have been into that.
Well, let's just say this is the old saying: your first loss is your best loss. You know that. You're a trader, right? Your first loss is your best loss. And that's what great traders understand, is that throwing good money after bad, chasing after a losing situation. It's like the proverbial gambler who's, on a negative roll and keeps pressing his bets, thinking he's going to get even, but it doesn't work that way. Once you're on that bad roll, it continues for some time. And it also, there's just a lack of talent here, a lack of talent, a lack of experience, and obviously a lack of ethics. But again, those first two are the killers.
Yeah, you're right. And then he's spending lavishly on lifestyle and giving his friends money to buy homes.
That was the least of it, by the way. That was the least of it, Take care of it.
Well, that's the one they might get him on, though. You're not going to get him on being a bad trader. You're going to get him on using customer deposits to feel a lifestyle.
No doubt. But just like compared to what he lost trading, it's like an inconsequential amount.
100%. Right. He
Only
played
I can
around with
spend that much money.
a couple $100 million, but lost $32 billion trading. Jordan, good talking to you.
Only I can spend. Take care, buddy.